up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
27-yard line.
$15-19! I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm coming!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second and 9, Allen. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. 11 yards there, first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Allen's throw is complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack on first down, Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey, home. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On third and long, it's Allen. And able to find John Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Check. Watch 54. Stop. General West.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
57. Hey. Switch. bombers. 22 jet bomber. 57.
Allen to throw once more. Safarian Jenkins has it. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, home. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. And this one complete to Burnett. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
On three. Motion. Hey, Delta.
Here's Darnold. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
To throw, it's Allen. Pushing through the contact. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a second and long.
Check Mike 54. Monday. 54. Ain't no such thing as a look.
Throwing on second and long. Allen. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And a big 32-yard play on third. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen now to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Throwing here on third down, Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in this spot.
And that's caught inside the 30. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play here for Buffalo. 55 yards.
Mike 5-4. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Now Allen. Flush to Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
At the 9-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, 80. No, 80. 53 to Mike. 50 smooth.
Off of play action, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
The shotgun snap for Darnold, and he's going to have the hook up to Burnett. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Bell with a 1st down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, New York.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
At the 43-yard line.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Darnold got an open man. It's Burnett.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 24. 34's a Mike. 34's a Mike. He's coming. Check in. You draw Porter. Switch. Oh, 80. Five.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Quincy Enunwa with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Get ready.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 49-yard
line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Squeeze, double.
Darnold now to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And he'll find Hall. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Allen going to throw. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now it's Crowder. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Go sack. 53, Mike. Better bring it. You better bring it.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1 yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Darnold. Anuno's got it, complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Chandler Catanzaro now. He hit from 59 a season ago. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. 11 yards there. First down.
First down, New York.
Let's go, son. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we are.
On first down, Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
53 is the mic. Bound to lose one. Check. Oh, lady.
From the 45 on second down, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Hey, exit. 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike. Come on. Let's go, let's go. Red 80. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
49. All day, just like that. Just like that. Alert 3, alert 3. Red 80. No 80. Big it. Red 80. Check this guy.
From the 30 on second down, Darnold. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here we go, son. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Red 80. Check 52.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Mike 54. Right here, right here. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. 5 wide.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a and they take him down. The Bills get to him. T.J. Watt in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Deshaun Hand able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now.
Hey, Charlie.
Darnold from the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's go.
Here's Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just went under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. T.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
A gain there of 21 yards. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
53 to Mike. 53. Check.
To the air again, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold completes it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Darnold from the red zone now. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time. Third down here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah,
and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2. He'll look to throw, and it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 22 on the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Hauschka adds the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. On second down, it's Bell. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Steve 6.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
1st down, Jets.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Bravo.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep depth. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Buffalo, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town.